it's just so awkward and so just, it's just horrible to watch, really. Hello, everyone. My name is Gianni, and you're watching Meep Reads. Welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be reviewing Back to the Future. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you do, make sure to leave a like on it, and also subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you enjoy. Let's get into it. This movie is about Marty. His parents are, well, dorky and awkward. He's friends with a mad scientist named Doc Brown. Doc's about to make a huge discovery. He's figured out how to time travel. He's planning to go to the future to find out what happens to him, but an unfortunate accident leads Marty going back to the past. Starting off with something I didn't like the fact that Marty's family was too dorky compared to him. He just seemed like way out of place, like he was the kid that everyone liked. He had a bunch of friends and stuff, and then everyone else was just kind of like, sat in the back, shy and awkward. It just didn't feel right, especially just because, they were way too dorky. I think they were way too stereotypically dorky. Maybe if they were just a little bit less awkward and everything like that, it would have made more sense. One thing that I did like was how Marty went back in time and how he messes up the past, more specifically his past. And obviously, you'll have to watch the movie to find out what I mean. It's actually on Netflix now, which I was really excited about once I heard about that. But yeah, it was just really interesting to see just how he messes up the past and how it changes his future. And also, there's just a lot of real attention to detail. Like, there was the mall that they go to. It's called the Twin Pines Mall. And then when he goes back in time, one of the trees crashes. He crashes into it, and then it becomes the Lone Pine Mall. So I also really like the attention to detail there. I also liked how a couple of the time travel problems were resolved, because there are a couple of things that it's just so awkward and so just, it's just horrible to watch, really. It's not really horrible, but it's just, you kind of shudder, like, what the heck am I watching here? It's still a good movie, it's just kind of weird. This one is definitely just a small detail that was messed up in this movie, and also it might have been resolved. I just didn't actually realize it, so this will also be spoilers also. So Marty travels back to 1955 on accident. He meets 1955 Doc Brown, and he gives him a letter since Doc was shot earlier in the movie, and he says that don't open this until 1985, and says, do everything you can to avoid getting shot on this day. And then Doc tears up the note in 1955 right in front of Marty, but then he still listens to the advice once Marty goes back to 1985, back to the present, well, the past now. Anyway, it just didn't seem right, because it didn't seem like the note was taped up at all, because Doc showed Marty and he said, well, at the last minute I thought, why not? Because he said that he didn't want to know what happened in the future, but he tore it up. It's not like he just said, I don't want to see this, and then just put it back in his pocket. Alright, hello. So, quick intermission from the scheduled programming. So, you obviously just watched back this clip. It's a couple days after I filmed this. I almost was done editing, and then I thought, I'm not even sure if I'm right about this. So I went back and I checked, and here's what I found. So obviously, here's the letter. Also, spoilers here, by the way. So you can see the tape right here, right? I don't know if it's so obvious. When it shows up on camera, you can see it a little bit there. Even like the Hill Valley, California, you can see that it's a little bit taped up. Even like by Lou on Lou's Cafe. And you can see it a little bit here, like the glint here. And so, okay, so he tapes it up, that would make sense. But what happens about, where do the scraps of paper go? So now I'm at this scene, which was actually a couple of scenes prior. And then I just wanted to see, what actually happens. And of course, this is all muted for copyright reasons. So basically, Marty's angry at Doc here, whatever. Doc's angry at Marty. He rips up the paper, right? Where does it go, right? So then in a couple of seconds, right, the tree falls, this unplugs. He says, "Great Scott, what are we going to do?" And then what happens, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, right about here. So right there, with this arm, he puts the papers into his pocket. And then he just runs off, he's still trying to put them in his pocket. And I didn't actually see this when I first watched it again. And so basically, there you have it. So is this movie verified, neutral, or spoiled? It's of course verified. I don't know if it's one of my top movies ever of all time. Probably not. It's definitely a really good movie, though. It's just that there are some really awkward, weird scenes that I don't really know why they were put in there. But then again, Steven Spielberg is a great director, and some of his movies that he's made in the past are just great movies, like E.T., everything like that. And they're just really awesome. So I definitely suggest that you watch this one. That's going to wrap it up for this video. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like on this video, and also subscribe if you haven't already and you enjoy my content. I also wanted to say thank you so much, everyone, for getting me to 100 subscribers. It has been a week or so since I've actually hit this mark, but it's just that I forgot to actually say it in the last video, and it's just monumental for me that I did this in just over a year. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. I will see you next time.